we are back for another incredible season of Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff. We're gonna tour some amazing backyards. We're gonna meet up with some great folks, and we're gonna cook some incredible food. Join us Thursdays at 7:30 for Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff.
Welcome to this week's episode of LdnOnt TV here on Rogers TV. I'm your host, Bronagh Morgan. Guess what? It's March already, but February, Black History Month, and I was hesitant to reach out to Colin because I've had him on my show before, and I did not want to grab you during the busiest month because he is one of the organizers. Yes. Of this fantastic event. I don't know if you've heard about it, but what a time that, well, because I got to go a couple years ago. The yes. Essence and Culture Awards. It happens during Black History Month. I think it's like the third week of Black History Month. So now that that is in the past, I was able to convince Colin to come visit us on the show, talk about the awards, and we have a few of the award recipients to introduce to you tonight as well. So it's going to be a great show. Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome, Rona.
All right, so your title, I know you were telling me with LACA, so London Afrocentric
Community is, hold on, let me get this right, because we just recently changed from being a community association to an arts association because we applied for a nonprofit and all that stuff.
Gotcha.
So it's London Afrocentric Arts Association.
All right. So CEO of that organization, yes. And that organization, one of the things you do is put on this fantastic award show.
Yeah. It's called the Essence and Culture Awards, and with the London Afrocentric Arts Association, we're talking about spreading culture through arts, right? And it's meant to be shared. So the first step was to be able to recognize all the many people that are doing things in our communities. And even though we say arts, we actually go beyond arts a little bit because we have medicine and science, community service, right? And then we have the arts as well.
So the awards have been going on for how many years now?
This is our third awards.
All right.
And I want to say 3 years, but it's not really 3 years because it's actually 2.5 years. But it's our third year.
So congratulations. Event is getting bigger, getting more awesome every year, right?
Yes.
I got to attend. Was that the first year you
had
it at Paradigm?
Yes, you came for the first year.
So I was blown away by, I guess I shouldn't have been, but just the level of talent, the diversity of talent that was right here in London that I had no idea about. So I got to have dinner with a novelist.
Yes.
Which was wonderful.
Gabriel,
yeah, absolutely, right? And the performances were fantastic. So the whole goal behind this awards, and I guess the organization as well, is just to showcase and let people know about all of these amazing artists and community members contributing to making London such an awesome place.
Yeah, that's really what it is. We have, and the last time I counted, there's about 15 black countries represented in London. And we wanted to grab a little something from each of those countries and see if we can get it together and put it all in one place, one spot. Everybody can come and see it. All
right, so this year it took place at Aeolian.
Yes.
All right, so are you still the host?
No, you know what? I was the host, I think, for the first year just for a little bit, and I was never supposed to be, and thankfully that's a job I don't want to have. This year, it was Jennifer Slay, right?
Oh, right.
Yes.
What's Up London?
What's Up London, right? And what is his name? Oh my gosh. I'm having, you know when you have brain freezes?
Yeah,
I'm having a brain freeze. Bronson Daigle.
Oh, right. Yes.
Bronson Daigle and Jennifer Slay were the host.
So fantastic evening of entertainment, as well as recognizing some amazing people making amazing art here in London.
So we had 8 performances. Started off with Miss Denise Pelly, and I don't think I need to say much more.
Probably not.
Right, Denise. She was with 2 choirs, which was the London Children's Choir and the Grace Assembly. And it was just an amazing, I think, 10-minute performance. And so it just set the stage for everything that came next. There, two of the award winners are here, and you'll get a chance to talk to them, and they'll give you their views on the awards.
All right. So, on top of putting together the awards show, there obviously you've got bigger goals, because we were chatting a little bit before we opened the broadcast today about where you're going from here. So talk to our viewers a little bit about what the motivation is.
Well, the motivation changed. So when we first started, it was 7 businesses. And I call them the core businesses for any Black community in Canada, which is the barber shops and the hair salons and the restaurants, right? So, and because it started during COVID, they were the ones that suffered the most.
Yeah, absolutely,
right?
most impacted.
So we thought it would be great if we got those businesses that suffered the most, bringing something back to the community. And because it was COVID, we were like, hey, how do we do this? And an award show came to mind. As we did the awards show, we decided that, we wanted to play a greater part in promoting the things that the award show brought out. And so we morphed into the London Afrocentric Arts Association. And like I said, the goal is to promote arts and culture from all of the different countries that are represented in London. And so here we are, and like I said, it's the 3rd show. Great show. Once again, fantastic talent. And beyond the talent, it's also the people that were recognized. There was Dr. Sheffer from the LHSC, Denise Pelly, but not for music, because a lot of people think it's music, but she was actually awarded for her community and humanitarian stuff, right? She does a lot of things. She was in Nigeria helping build a school.
Wow.
She does a lot, just a ton of community service. And so we thought it was great that she could get that kind of recognition. So 4 people in that category. Not Dr. Chris Uwagbo, who's the first Black judge from London. And we're so grateful to have him, because there's somebody whose career I followed for a little bit.
Right.
He started off as working in the Crown Attorney's office,
right.
And then he had his own law practice, and now he's a judge. So
cool.
But the most important thing is he was a humanitarian, because I would go to all these events, and in the back he'd be one of the people that supported that event. So what people don't know is, like, here he is, he's a humanitarian too, not just a successful lawyer turned into a judge. And so that's the nature of some of the awards. We want to recognize people that don't normally get recognized for certain things, and also to share what your neighbor is doing. These are your neighbors, right?
Right.
So we want to share what your neighbor, what your friend, your co-worker, we wanted to show that slice of London to greater London.
Well, I was, blown away by the talent and so I guess for people who don't know all that much about the awards and would like to find out more, I know it's a nomination process. When does that start?
This year we're going to start in October. Okay. So the nomination process will go from October to November. Then there'll be a break, I think, of about a week, so that we can get everything up on the website, and then the voting process begins. Now, I can't talk a lot about the voting process right now, because we're going to go through some changes. Some of the awards, we're going to move it from being a voting process to actually a selection. Mm-hmm. And I think it's fitting, because now we're in our 3rd year, and we're like, okay, you try to get better. You learn from your mistakes, and I wouldn't call some of them mistakes, but it's just learning. Of course. And we think some of the professional awards should now move to where we put a panel together, we set out the criteria, and then we go from there, other than having people vote, right? And we're going to introduce, I think, at least 2 new awards. One is for the kids. Fantastic. Youth achievement. I'm getting an opportunity to speak at a school tomorrow, and I think there's another one coming up shortly, and it's, the grade 7s and grade 8s. So we want to get them involved in that process too. So we want to recognize what our youth are doing as well. So this year we're going to sit down, we're going to figure it out, and by October we'll have it ready where there'll be youth nominations.
Oh, I'm so much looking forward to it. So, you know what, we have to take a break, but I am excited because we're going to get to meet some of the award winners from this year as well. Yes. On this episode. So thanks so much, Colin, for the background. Please stay with us, viewers, because we're going to be meeting some of the recipients of the Essence and Culture Awards 2024 after the break.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Carbon monoxide is a deadly gas you can't see, smell, or taste.
Homes with fuel-burning appliances and/or attached garages must have working CO alarms installed outside all sleeping areas.
Don't let the silent killer get you. Install working CO alarms today.
I'm a community producer. I love all things nature and conservation, so that's kind of what I put into the show. When I started making my videos for my job, I didn't think that they were definitely TV caliber, but you know, now that I see it in action, I'm definitely happy that I took the chance, and I worked with Scott, a producer at Rogers, and I think it's definitely worth it to take a chance and to ask and see what your project could become. Have fun with it. You know, you don't have to be perfect. I think I'm a pretty good example of that. You know, reach out to people, if you're gonna do kind of like an interview thing. But yeah, just have fun.
Welcome back to LdnOnt TV here on Rogers TV. Been chatting about the Essence and Culture Awards, which, you know, first time I got to go, like, it was the first event. It was during COVID, so it was wild, right, being there because you weren't really being able to go anywhere, and to actually, it was overwhelming. Like, so impressed with not just the event, but just the talent. And so had to do another show when it's all over, find out about some of the winners. And so here we have one of the winners, King Dio.
Yes, thank you for
Your
having me.
category that you won in is Hip Hop R&B Artiste of the Year. Beautiful award that you received on the evening.
Thank
so
you.
congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And thank you for taking the time to come visit with us today.
I appreciate you.
Okay, so talk to me, first of all, for our viewers who this is the first time we're introducing you to them. Talk to me about your art.
So my art, I mainly do hip hop and R&B, but a lot of I'm a versatile artist, so I delve into a whole lot of different artistic genres as well. So I don't like to put myself in a box. So I don't really a lot of people like to say I'm like a rapper, but I think I'm more of like a musician, you know? So that's more of like my lane. But mainly me, like growing up, my father was a pastor, so I grew up around gospel music mainly. So it's always crazy to see, like, from gospel, how big, like, that love for the gospel music just opened up a whole new world for me of music. That's where my love for music first ever started. So for people who don't really know me, like, if I had to explain myself, like, I'm a Christian, I love music, I love art, I love learning new things. I'm somebody who always is trying to grow. I never want to be stagnant. I never want to be in the same spot. So every single time, like if I meet new artists, if I meet new people, I always like to network. I'm somebody who you always see like chatting. I can just talk, you know, because I love just interacting with people always.
Making my life easier.
Come on, you already know. That's the
Right?
point. That's the plan. So definitely, like even with my music and throughout, just even doing like that type of stuff, like I just love it. So I'm very caring, very passionate about what I do as well, too, at the end of the day. So when it comes to music and doing all this, like even this experience right here alone, like this, like it still is mind blowing that I'm doing, like I can do this and that I've brought myself to this point. But at the same time, it's like not a surprise at least.
How long have you been making music?
So I started writing music in 2016, but I didn't start recording music until about 2019, 2020, like taking it very, very seriously. That was the first like leap. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so for people who want to find out, like where can we find your music?
So my music is on all platforms: Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube. I go under the name as King Dio, and if you want to follow me, I'm on Instagram, KingDio_1. So all my music is posted there. You can find, I drop music as well too, like every 3 weeks, about once a month at least. So I'm always pushing new music out, so you can always catch it there.
And live performances?
Yes, live performance is always happening. I do work with the London Arts Live as well too.
Oh, awesome.
So we always have shows that pop up and always happen throughout the city. So you guys come out, you guys can catch me out at one of those for sure.
All right, so just to kind of dial it back to the awards.
Mm-hmm.
So the nomination process, when did you find out that I guess community of your peers have nominated you for this award?
So the first time that I had heard about it was through, so the person I work with through the London Arts Live is Jammin, and Jammin had told me about them. He's like, yo, Dio, these award shows is coming up, the Essence and Culture Awards are coming up. And I had already heard about them their first year, but I went to the very first Essence and Culture Awards, and that one was like, it was very different from what it was this year.
Yeah.
This year was like, you know, it was a whole like production, everything it was done like incredibly well. But the first year was also done incredibly well, and then I didn't go to the year before that. So this year when Jammin brought it up, I was like, okay, yeah. I thought he was bringing it up as like, you know, you should probably go, you should just like attend it. And then he's like, oh, like it would be crazy if you got nominated for it. And I was like, yeah, it would be. But then when it wasn't until like, I think after having that conversation, it was probably like 2 months went by, so it had left my mind. And I got a message one morning, and it was from Jammin. He's like, yo, King, check your email. What is it? I think there's a surprise for you in there.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, what is he talking about? So I open my email and I start looking through, and I couldn't see anything at first. So I'm like, I message him, I'm like, I don't see anything. He's like, give it a second then. And then I think like a couple hours later, I checked it just to like check, and there it was. It said, you've been nominated. And I was like, I clicked it, and then it said, you've been nominated by the Essence and Culture Awards for Best Hip Hop. In my mind, like, oh my goodness. Like I just blew. I called Jam, and I was calling everybody. Like I was like, yo, I just got nominated for an award. It was a great day that day, yeah.
And then fast forward to February, day of the,
yes.
So you don't find out.
No, I don't find out anything. I don't even, like, since the day we got nominated, like, I didn't hear anything. So all I know was, here's the date for the show. Here's the link where people can go vote, let your people know, and just like, you know, like, let it do its thing. So I was like, okay, cool. So I started sharing it with a couple of people, like, yo, letting people know about it. And I think I probably shared it for about like 2 weeks or so, just like letting people know about the word and everything like that. And the feedback was good. I was hearing some people saying, yeah, I would do it. But I didn't really think, like, I was looking at the list of names, and there's some heavy hitters from London. Like, London talent is amazing.
Yes.
So I was looking at the list, and I was like, oh my goodness. You know, there's a lot of artists that this award could go to anybody. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that night of the awards, I was like, you know, to be honest, there was actually speculation if I was going to go, because I was like, should I go? Maybe I don't want to go. I don't want to invite people and then not win. And then Sam was like, no, like, you have to go. Like, this is your night. You don't know what could happen. So I'm like, okay, let me go. So I got ready. I went to the show, and I saw Jammin at the show. And once we got to the show, he was just like, oh, let me take you to the back, meet all the nominees. And I was just like meeting and shaking everybody's hands. And like everybody I met, they were like, oh yeah, we've heard so much about you. We've heard so much about you already. And I was like, what have you guys heard about me already? You know? But I went into the award shows not having any expectations. My number one goal was like, let me network with as many artists as I can. Let me show my face, you know what I'm saying? Just have a good time all around, you know? And then the moment came, and it was so crazy because like they were announcing a couple of awards right before that, right? So they would announce the award, people would go up on stage, and then when it came to the hip hop and R&B award, the whole room went quiet and everybody started stomping their feet. And so in my head, I'm like, what is going on? Like, and then they're like, and the winner of Best Hip Hop and R&B Artist of the Year goes to King Dio. And I was recording, and when they had said that, I went, oh. In the video, you just hear me go, oh, and I dropped my phone. Like, my heart, like, I was like, no way, did I hear that right? And everyone around me is like, yeah. Everyone's cheering, and everyone's like, I'm like, oh my goodness. So I walk up to the front, and as I was walking closer, I'm seeing like everybody around me just like staring, and I was like, yeah, that was like the best feeling, I think, just like walking up there. And then once I got the award actually in my hand, I was like, oh my goodness. Like my speech, even at the ending of my speech, I try to keep like composure throughout the whole thing, and at the end I was like, I won. Like,
well, that is fantastic. Yeah. So definitely this award meant a lot to you.
Oh yeah.
So for our viewers and people, music lovers who would like to find out more, so we're putting our links up to all of different places that we can find out, listen to your music.
Yes,
hopefully we'll see you around all over London this summer, London Art Council as well. Yes. Thank you so much. We're going to have to take another break because we've got another award winner coming up.
Yes, yes.
So please stay with us for more LdnOnt TV.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
These days at your local Legion, we're marching to the beat of a different drum. On a mission to support veterans, to have fun, and to welcome everyone to our ranks. You don't have to be a veteran to join the Legion. And as a member, you'll join thousands of others serving our veterans, our communities, and our country. Oh yeah, and our Member Perks program will save you thousands on shopping, dining, products, and services across the country. Join us at legion.ca.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mario Elia, host of Keeping London Healthy here on Rogers TV. Join us Wednesdays at 6:30 where we discuss health topics relevant to you and bringing on experts in the field to give you the best, most up-to-date information. See you then.
Welcome back to LdnOnt TV here on Rogers TV. Been chatting a little bit about the Essence and Culture Awards, which happen every year now for the last 3 years in London during Black History Month, so February. Now it's March. Everybody can just kind of relax and think about what actually happened. So now we have the winners of the, pop and what's the name of the award that you won?
Gospel Contemporary Music Group of the Year.
Gospel Contemporary Music Group of the Year. Yeah. Chisom, Ezekiel.
Yes.
Is there a name of your group, or you're just a group?
Yeah, we're ZNB Music, and ZNB is a simplified version of Ziki and Baraka music. Okay. So Ziki is a nickname to Ezekiel. Okay. And the B stands for Baraka. Okay. And we just joined them together to be ZNB Music.
Okay.
Yeah, so
beautiful.
Baraka is his brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you for explaining that. Okay. Well, anyways, congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, how did it feel?
Oh, it was great.
I was screaming. I was screaming when their names were called. I was just like, oh my, like, what?
Right?
It's actually happening.
Incredible. Yeah. So, totally shocked on the night of?
We were on the same nomination with very good artists. Yeah. So it was a very good experience to actually win it. Yeah.
Yeah. We well, congratulations. So, for those viewers who have never heard about your group before, can we tell us a little bit about, how long you've been making music? What kind of music, what's your inspiration? What kind of music do you love to make? And where we can listen to you more?
Yeah, so we make Christian contemporary music, also gospel, and we have been practicing from 2019.
Okay.
We started going more from the pandemic period, and we've been doing a lot of writing, a lot of practicing, and
I got to join and like be one of their vocalists in 2022. So that was how we were able to work together for our first release, which was All I Need.
Yeah.
We have like a bunch of vocalists, so I'm one of their vocalists, and it was such a really great experience because I got to work with really, really talented people like Lena,
Brianne,
and Shefo, and and Patrick too, exactly. So.
So for people who would like to listen to your music, where can we listen to more?
Our YouTube page is ZNB Music. Our Instagram is ZNB Music as well. Yeah, and those are the two venues.
Right. So what's a day in the life of your group? Are you making music all day long?
Oh yeah.
Or do you have a full-time job?
No. We're all students at Western and King's.
Nice.
Yeah, so we do study, and also we do play at church.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're instrumentalists. Yeah.
So like when we have gigs, we could we would perform, and we just like come together as a group. The people that aren't currently in London would just come together and like sing. And sometimes it's not every vocalist, but then at the end of the day, it's just about coming together and still being able to push forward like our goals, and at the same time talking about God through music, and just be creative and working with more and more creative people at the same time.
Fantastic. So what does it mean to receive an award like this? Like in terms of your future as musicians, must be really encouraging.
It's huge. It's huge. When like they had gotten an award, I was like, yep, award-winning artist. So like that's that's huge. I'm just like telling every single person with ears like, oh, they got an award and I'm working with them, so that's really cool. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's also a stepping stone because we were able to meet so many great artists, and we can now work on collaborating and things like that.
Yeah,
so
fantastic. So many opportunities opening, so many doors, but for those people who get to actually attend this event, my goodness, what a night.
Yes. It was filled with so talented people. Like the people that presented that night are so gifted. The people that were nominated, it was such a good night. I was getting goosebumps all through.
Yeah.
It was just so fun.
It's going to be a long year to look forward to the next Essence and Culture Awards for 2025. Like Colin was saying, nominations are going to be starting in October, and the event happens in February 2025.
Yeah.
Can you be nominated again?
I hope so.
Right. I'm looking forward to it. Well, and I'm looking forward to listening to more of your music. Thank you so much for taking the time today to come visit all of our guests from the Essence and Culture Awards. Fantastic, talented people. Check it out next year, all right? So stay tuned, London, for the next awards in 2025. And again, we hope you tune in again next week for more LdnOnt TV here on Rogers TV. I'm your host, Bronagh. Have a great week.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Hi, can I take your order? Hello?
Oh, hey. Wait, what was the question?
Let me guess. One driving high combo, extra baked?
No. Could I get a burger with a side of fries?
Think you're a better driver when you're high? Think again. Smoking weed affects reaction time and concentration. A message from Mad Canada.
The signature event of Black History Month, the RBC Black Diamond Ball, is on Rogers TV. Hosted by Maggie John,